that's where, you know, Camille Paglia, I love her. I see her too. And she's like so different than Jordan Peterson on like almost every aspect you could imagine, except for some of these basic ones, like about this issue where she's exactly she's you can tell the frustration she has with young people, especially young women, not understanding what it was like just 100 years ago to be a woman before modern technology, that you are oppressed by not having modern technology, not because of the patriarchy. But
yes, exactly.
Did you ever see that quote from her about women and civilization? It was very classic. She said,
no.
She said, if civilization was left up to women, we'd all still be living in grass huts. She's like
you can't argue with that.
Lesbian feminist, but she's you know what, she's real. She's realist. She lives in the real world. She believes in what she believes in, but not through this fairy tale world. She understands that any kind of feminism is possible because of technological progress.
Yeah.
If a nuclear bomb went off and we were all Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, guess what? Women have revert instantly back to that.
Yeah, and there's a few litmus tests here that you can run very easily. That if you're actually looking, first of all, one of the things I like to say is, like I actually did this with this girl the other week. I said, so I can tell you what I think the problem with men is. Like, you know, obviously we have a little bit more of a violent nature, and if things get to a certain point, we have that tendency towards physical aggression, and that can be bad. And also, you know, we are much more like sexual creatures. So then there's obviously we have more of a propensity to sort of commit crimes in that regard, and that's the things that men have to control about themselves. And that, yeah, you get what I'm saying. And then I said to her, what do you think are the issues with women? How can women manifest darkness in the world? And she couldn't answer it. Couldn't tell me anything wrong with women. And it was such a penny drop moment where I said to her, like, I said, no offense or anything, but you realize that your brain has been so corrupted by this feminist narrative that you now believe that everything in the world is the fault of men and that women can do no wrong. This is where this stuff gets really, really toxic. But a feminist like Camille Paglia is like a realist about it. And she's also a realist about the actual issues that women are facing these days, which is the elimination of what it fundamentally means to be a woman. So
yeah, no, she's great. I've seen her in person, and I saw her actually it was supposed to be a debate with Christina Hoff Sommers, but it turned into more of an agreement because they really didn't, on the issues they were talking about, they really weren't really opposed. But it was a fascinating, it was very interesting because we had a situation in the United States where President Erdogan had come to visit, I think, Obama, and this so-called debate that was going to be between Camille and Christina Hoff Sommers was like right across from the White House. And when this thing got out and I was walking out of the parking lot, there actually was a scuffle where Erdogan's bodyguards like beat the crap out of some protesters that were protesting against Erdogan. And because it's, you know, in Washington, everyone comes to the White House, whatever their position is, to make it. And it made like national news because these people, like, it wasn't like they were just pushed around. I mean, they really got beaten. And, you know, when you are assaulting people in someone else's sovereign country, especially right across from the White House, it's sort of this big deal. And it was so interesting. I'm thinking, I have such an interesting life. I just spent the day watching these two very interesting women talk about things that nobody can imagine I'm even interested in. And then I come out and witness something that's on the national news, which is watching the Turkish president have his personal bodyguards beat the crap out of people in broad daylight right across from the White House. It's like, this is just a normal day for me. It's very.
You got to buy the ticket, take the ride. That's what I say. You don't buy the ticket, you don't take the ride. So.